future. And again, I would iterate and call upon my colleagues, the majority leader, the minority leader, that for us next week to put out the Republican proposal and the Democratic proposal and to have back-to-back votes really will do nothing but increase the cynicism that's out there among the American people about what we're doing here in the United States Senate. Next week, we should finish up the small business bill, get on with that. We ought to get on with the consideration of the Kagan nomination by the president and come together and say, let's get serious. Let's work during the August break to try and see if we can't come together on a compromise between the two back-to-back bills so that maybe when we get back in September, we can have something that we can all agree on and get passed and reassure the American people that we're serious about dealing with their problems and maybe even give consideration. I know this would be difficult, but to look at what many of us have suggested, and that is to look at the bill that Byron Dorgan and Lisa Murkowski put together that came out of the Energy Committee on a bipartisan basis. Perhaps look at a bill that Senator Rockefeller and I have worked on for over 2 years that deals with capturing and sequestering carbon. To look at a title that deals with nuclear energy that I've worked with Senator Lieberman and others, and get something done. It may not be satisfactory to some of the environmental groups that are out there. It may not be satisfactory to a lot of the business groups, but at least we'd move the ball down the field this year so that, again, people know that we're serious about less reliance on foreign sources of energy and also genuinely concerned about reducing greenhouse gas emissions. I've been, as I said, been around here 12th year on Environment and Public Works. For years, we wanted to do something about NOx, SOx, and carbon, bring down the caps. The environmental group said, no, we won't agree to that. We have to have 4 Ps and we have to include greenhouse gas emissions. So we did nothing. So all that period of time, I'll never forget the Secretary of State when she was a senator from New York, and she wanted to compromise because the Adirondack Council and the folks from the Smoky Mountains agreed that if we did a 3 Ps, reduce NOx, SOx, and mercury, that we could move along. And the environmental groups came along, and they gave her the Villain of the Month award. Hillary Clinton gives the Villain of the Month award because she's trying to work on a compromise that'll move us down the road. So I just think that we have some time left. I know it's going to be difficult because we have the backdrop of the election facing us. I would hope that once that's over that we have a robust lame duck session so we can deal with some of the things that are on the minds of the American people. And hopefully, Mr. President, perhaps this commission that you and I wanted to see done on the floor of the Senate that the President finally had to do through executive session can come back here with some positive suggestions on how we can deal with our debt and these budgets that are not going to be balanced as far as the eye can see. I yield the floor, and I note the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.